This morning with Patti Reilly, a shopping expert, and our conversation brought to you by Marcus and Mack, a law firm representing injured people. And Patti is going to help us enter into this month of December, cold as it is here, snowy as it is here. And just because she's on the air with us, Patti decided to make it cold in Atlanta, too. Patti, good morning.
Good morning. Yes, now known as Cold Atlanta on this 28-degree morning. I'm happy to be talking about gift giving this time of year and helping people think of thoughtful things. I think that's where everyone's mind is at. Not about excess, it's about what can we do for people that makes them feel good and uplifted this season.
Yeah, well, one of the things is you get to this time of the year and you start to enter into, oh no, I've not done anything yet mode. And
right.
There's that temptation to just get out the plastic and start spending like crazy. But we don't have to do that, do we?
We don't have to do that. And, you mentioned cold, and it reminded me of a couple of really great, easy, and fairly inexpensive ideas that are also thoughtful. Because, in my opinion, giving should fall into one of three criteria: thoughtful, useful, or novel. Or it could be all three of those. Mm-hmm. But you could easily make a heating pad. If you grab a novel piece of fabric, maybe it's an old quilt that you haven't used, and you sew it up, you get rice, you get essential oils, you get dried lavender, you sew it up, and those are one of those packs that can actually be heated up in the microwave. They stay warm. Put it around as a neck warmer. Use it for your feet, lower back. That kind of thing is fun. Also, something that you can do with the kids is you can make those DIY bath bombs with just a little Epsom salt, baking soda, olive oil, and essential oils to give it that beautiful scent, and even some food coloring to give it a little bit of character. And then you get ice cube trays or muffin tins, and that is what you use as your mold. So those are kind of on that DIY category of just what do we have around the house, what can we make. You can even do gift baskets that are themed for your city. So we were chatting, and I live in Atlanta, so I could do a Taste of Atlanta gift basket and give that to families. Local honey, maps of the area, postcards, all sorts of different things, and put it together and give that as an awesome family gift idea.
One of the interesting things is you gave those three types of gifts that people could give, and not a one of them said expensive.
That's exactly right. And I think for sure that this year, we all know it's not about excess, where most of us are not going much farther than our neighborhoods these days. So being thoughtful in the way of giving a family board game, let's say, since a lot of us are going to be spending time, still more time together, it's such a good idea to think outside the box in that way and think about what you can do for the families in general. And I think that's really important.
And especially at this time in this particular year, because the financial crisis is evident in every life, isn't it?
It's so true. And I know, too, having nieces and nephews, that it's about really making it that special time of year for the kids, right? So doing those things together as a family is a big idea. And I think one of them might be a novel idea for some of you listening. Have you ever heard of boba bubble tea?
Boba bubble tea?
Yeah,
no.
Boba bubble tea
what is that?
Is a really popular drink, and a lot of times it's at festivities when you're going to like parks and you're going to festivals and that sort of thing. You can get this novel boba bubble tea. Well, you can actually create your own boba bubble tea drinking kit and send that to somebody. It's just really delicious and good and very, very easy to come up with and make. So I think surrounding your ideas around family gifting. So if you have to send gifts to large families where you have 6 or 7 nieces, nephews, moms, dads, uncles, cousins, instead of looking at it as giving individual gifts, give a family game night gift basket. Give a spa day gift basket. And just collect small things. They don't have to be big. And put it together and address it to the whole family, or maybe make it for the family pet.
Oh, yeah. And I noticed that what you're doing is also educating kids, too, as to what really is important when it comes to giving gifts.
I think this is such a big part of it, especially now. I know a lot of parents have just been drained mentally, obviously, financially, with what do we do with our kids right now, and still wanting to make it a memorable 2020. 2020 is not over yet. I know we're wishing and wanting it to be, but we still have a very festive time of year ahead. It's December 1, and we don't want to lose that magical feeling with our kids. So I think it's important to get them involved in these thoughtful gift-giving ideas. And you know what? Kids enjoy that so much more, even if it comes down to baking a loaf of bread for the neighbors across the street or sending a cookie tin across the miles. I think getting that involvement with your kids is really special and important.
Patti Reilly is with us here in Indiana in the morning. She's a shopping expert. She's in Atlanta, Georgia today, thinking up the holidays and how we can make them special even in times of financial strife. Obviously, people are sitting at home saying, that was a good idea, but it went by so fast. Where do I learn more, Patti?
Well, you can go to thepattireilly.com or at thepattireilly on Instagram, and I'll be posting my ideas. Also, just to note, Etsy and Uncommon Goods are excellent places to find personalized gifts and gift ideas.
Say those sites again.
uncommongoods.com and Etsy. Etsy is a great place to do some personalized gift shopping, and you can set your budget in the search tab, and it will only bring up exactly within your budget range.
I think one of the interesting things about this, too, is it begins to train us to think differently about the holidays and to maybe put them in a more proper light than just turning into the shopping madness season that it seems to have become.
Exactly right. Again, it's think about it, that 3 criteria that I use: thoughtful, useful, novel. What's it going to be, right? And just kind of planting that seed in your mind and making that happen so that you stick to it. And honestly, you'll probably come to find out that those are the most appreciated gifts.
Patti, was there a time in your life when you were not of the mindset you are now, when you were caught up in the hustle and bustle of the season as well? Or has this always been a part of you?
Absolutely. And I was fervently shopping on Black Friday, Cyber Monday, maxing out the credit cards, all of that. There absolutely was a time. And I look back now and I feel like, wow, shake my head, because it's never been about that. It's always been, and it should be, about just remembering someone and even taking a memory, like a photo that you found on your phone, and framing that, or even a quote. And giving that framed as a gift idea. And I think, again, less is more. It's the thought that counts has never rung truer than this season and this year.
When did that light come on for you? What happened?
Well, I have, prior to this, gone through my own ebbs and flows when it comes to work. Being a consultant and a business coach, sometimes that definitely ebbs and flows. And I just felt as though it was getting out of hand. So I think for me, it came down to noticing what I appreciate when somebody gives something to me. And in those times when I would get something like a book that somebody recommended, something like a book under $20, right? Mm-hmm. Or I would get a homemade craft, something in that gift range, I loved it so much more and appreciated it so much more. So now I realize that that's a great opportunity for me to learn that it doesn't have to be super expensive. It can be something very well thought out and meaningful, and doesn't have to break the bank.
Sounds like the holidays are much more meaningful to you now than they were at one time.
Oh,
too.
Absolutely. Absolutely, they are.
Beautiful. Patti, give us the website again, or wherever you post this information so that folks can go there.
Okay, Instagram would be at the Patti, Patti, Reilly, Reilly.
Beautiful, beautiful. Patti, thanks for spending some time with us. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a good morning.
You too. Bye now.
Thanks.
You too.